What's up, everybody? This is Life Coach D coming at you, and I'm coming at you today with some spiritual food for thought. So, we are in very, very interesting times. Here's what I need you guys to remember. As we are encountering what seems to be very unstable things around us politically, I said it before, we're experiencing the church being super quiet. And I mean the body of Christ as a whole. There are people who are saying things here and there. But it is a time really where we should expect the world to be the world. The Bible tells us to be in the world, but not of the world. So we should expect the world to be the world. We should expect things to be very, very unstable in the world. What we should not expect, or what we should not be okay with, is the church being quiet and not being an example of what we should be in these various crazy times. So the Bible talks about us being righteously indignant and having a righteous anger. It also talks about us speaking truth to power. It also talks about us standing up for the poor, the marginalized. And that's what Jesus stood for. So it's funny that the majority of us claim to be these blood-bought believers and we love Jesus and, you know, we're saved and all of these other Christianese type of terms that I call them. But when it comes to standing up and stepping up for people who need defense, we're quiet. And I am saying this is an additional clarion call to all of us who are believers to step up and say something. When are we going to get the courage and the boldness to speak truth to power? When are we going to have the courage and the boldness to challenge those of us that are not people of color as they watch people of color being done unjustly wrong? When are we going to say things when we see and hear stuff that is clearly against the God that we serve? When are we going to step up and say something? So the challenge is very, very clear. We need to step up and be the salt of the earth and the light of the world, according to Matthew. And I feel like I'm being redundant in what I'm saying because it's as if I'm not seeing anything changing. So if I can encourage you and challenge you guys with anything in this particular spiritual food for thought, is to make sure you understand that the Bible tells us that we need to be examples to this very dying world. Again, we should expect craziness. We should expect stuff happening. But what we can't accept is us not challenging our fellow mankind, our fellow brethren, to step up and be an example and be a voice for those who need the voice. Like I said, I'm speaking about it a lot because I'm passionate about it. And it really concerns me when I see people just kind of being quiet and being okay with what we're seeing. And we cannot make what we see okay. Now, we know that God says vengeance is his, said the Lord, and he will repay. But at the same time, there's a duty and obligation and a requirement and a responsibility that we as believers have to step up and be the examples on this earth that he's calling us to be. Christ was the biggest rebel there was. So let's follow his example and go against the grain. But yet, in the name of justice and the name of righteousness, we do that, okay? That is what I have to do. You guys hear from me again. I remember your lives are very valuable. Much love, God bless, and peace be the journey.